Good morning, everybody. It's Eric from EP Autos, here doing a very frigid global warming walk around of this 2015 BMW M235i. This is the M version of the 2 Series, which replaces the 1 Series as BMW's entry-level compact coupe/convertible. As I do this walk around, the coupe is available, the convertible will be out shortly. They're talking about a winter/spring launch, so that should be available soon. The 2 Series is a bit longer and wider than the outgoing 1 Series, and the result of that is a more proportionate looking car in my opinion, and also objectively significantly more room in the inside. In fact, one of the interesting things about this car, or one of the inevitable comparisons that will be made, I suspect, is between the M2 and the M4, which is substantially more expensive. And when I say substantially, I mean by $20,000 more to start expensive. And even though the M4 is, what is that, about 5 or 6 inches longer overall, if you check the interior measurements, you'll find that they're extremely close. Both have very generous front seat leg room. The 4 has about 1 inch more, but it's really superfluous. I'm 6'3", and I have several inches of space between my knees and the dash and so on, and have no problem with pedal placement or anything in this car. And the 4 has about 7/10 of an inch more room in the back seat, which is not very much. It's not really a meaningful difference. Let's take a look. Here's the back seat. Let me pop this open. You can see this is the back seat of the car, so in the 4 you've got another 7/10 of an inch, which isn't that significant. And you do have about half an inch more headroom, ironically, in this car than in the M4. The other thing that's very, very interesting about the M2 versus the M4, they both have the same basic 3-liter dual overhead cam straight 6. In the M2, this car, it's tuned to 320 horsepower. In the M4, it's 426, so you'd think the M4 would be substantially quicker, faster, and so on, but actually it's not. This car does 0 to 60 in about 4.4 seconds, and the M4 will do it in about 4 flat. So it's quicker, but not by a whole lot, and the reason for that is that the M4 is heavier. This is a lighter car. So I think a lot of people are going to cross-shop the M2 against the M4 and may decide in favor of the M2. It's got a number of advantages. The shorter wheelbase and the more compact dimensions make it feel more athletic and nimble. It's got a turning radius that's about 2 feet shorter. And the fact that it is lighter means that if you were to tweak this engine a little bit, maybe get it to put out another 20 or 30 horsepower, my guess is it would be at least as quick as an M4, if not quicker, and you probably have a lot more money in your pocket. Another objective difference between this car and the M4, which you BMW people out there will probably notice, the M4 has a more sculpted side profile. It's got kind of a Nike swoosh here. This car doesn't. It's got a more slab-sided profile, which I personally kind of like. It allows this car to keep a lower profile. BMW has gotten more low profile in general with its M cars. People who remember what M cars were like in the 80s and even in the 90s, sometimes when they had huge wings on the back. This is the wing here. It's hardly even a wing on this M235i. Listen to this exhaust, by the way. It's fabulous. May not be a V8, but BMW straight 6 is one of the finest engines out there. It's as distinctive in its own way as the flat 6 in a Porsche. Some of the other enhancements that you get with the M package, which is a package, it's not just the engine, you get this upgraded 18-inch wheel and tire package with the contrast color-coded brake calipers and summer tires. It's a really nice package. Really the only thing that BMW does not include, which is kind of startling in my opinion, is the rear limited slip diff, which is an extra cost option. Otherwise, you get the whole ball of wax. You get an adaptive suspension. You get the M interior stuff, you get the wheels and tires, of course you get the 6. Let's take a look in the inside. The layout here is very similar again to what you'd find in the M4, very comparable, very nicely fitted out. This car has the 8-speed automatic, a 6-speed manual, is a no-cost upgrade if you go with the rear-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive models are all mandatory automatic. As I write in my review, normally I'm a guy who likes a manual transmission, but this 8-speed automatic is superb, absolutely superb. Sharp shifts, multi-modes. It's just an extremely a versatile, flexible transmission. You put it into Sport Plus mode, click that twice, and the shifts become extremely aggressive. And you wind up with a mileage benefit. The automatic actually gets better mileage by about 2 or 3 miles per gallon than the 6-speed manual. What else did I want to talk about before I get back inside where it's warm? Oh, the one beef that I have with this car, and actually with some BMWs in general, and I've written about this previously, this is a car with a base price around $43,000, and the M package is very comprehensive. You get a lot of performance for the money, but BMW does not give you either GPS or satellite radio as part of the standard equipment package. They're extra. You have to buy the technology package to get that, in which case you get a larger screen. This is the standard screen, which is about 6.5 inches. The optional screen is a bit more than 8 inches. And that's kind of cheeky in my opinion, given that so many cars today are available under $30,000 that come standard with satellite radio and GPS. It's a very small thing. I would hope that in the future BMW includes that as part of the standard equipment roster in its cars. But really, that is pretty much the only thing that I can find that's negative or something that can be criticized about this car. The performance is absolutely phenomenal. The driving experience is something you'll not soon forget. It's just a phenomenal car. Anyway, the rest of the review, the written part, will be up at EP Auto shortly. I hope you'll stop by and take a look and leave your comments, pro or con. Let me know if I left anything out, and we'll catch up with you next time.